so I wanted to share this parable here in Luke 19:11 through 27, because here Jesus is addressing the fact that they think the kingdom of God is about to happen, and so he tells them this story. You know, here's this man of noble birth. He's going away to become king. He has his servants. He gives them an amount of money, and he tells them to do something with it. Some of them are very productive, some are not. The ones that are productive, he says, okay, you've earned 10. Now I'm going to put you in authority over 10 cities. And he's dealing with the issue of himself, is what he's talking about in the form of a parable. He's going away. He's going to the Father. And he is going away until all of the enemies are put under his feet. Remember, the last enemy to be destroyed is death. Then he is going to be coming back as that conquering king, as that ruler. Jesus Christ is Lord. He is King. He is King of kings and Lord of lords. He is sovereign. He is above all. One day, every knee will bow, every tongue confess that Jesus is Lord, to the glory of the Father. But at this time, we have an opportunity to either serve him or not serve him. We can be like the servants that take what he gives us and are productive with it, or we could be like the servant that takes what he gives us and are not productive with it, or we could be like those that didn't want anything to do with him and said, he's not going to be king. Right? We know people like that. They're all around us, aren't they? Some of them call themselves atheists. Some of them call themselves agnostics. Some of them go by other names and things. But they're like, we don't want Jesus king. We don't want God to rule over us. We want to do our own thing. It's going to work out fine for a while. But one day when he comes back, look what he says. Take those people, put them in front of me, and kill them in front of me. Chop them in pieces in front of me. There's going to be a day of reckoning. But the authority that he has still exists. He has authority in this world. And as we go under his authority and are faithful, think of stewardship, faithful stewards of what he gives us, then we are able to function in more and more authority, to the point where, look at what he says to these servants. He's like, he's giving them this mina, this money. One of them earns 10. He says, I'm going to put you over 10 cities. It has to do with authority. It has to do with rulership. It has to do with leadership. It has to do with walking in the authority of God. And the reason that's important is because Jesus is king of a kingdom. Not just a kingdom here in this world that's suddenly going to appear that they thought, which wasn't at all what they thought it was going to be, right? Because he's king. Kingdom of God exists all around us. But it's not what they thought. It's not this big army. Remember when he's before Pilate, he's like, if my kingdom was of this world, my people would fight for me. It's not of this world. Pilate's like, oh, you are a king. Gotcha. But so he has this rulership, he has this authority, and he's giving us stewardship authority in our lives, in this world, things that we have stewardship over, things that we have authority over. As we are faithful in operating in that authority under Christ's rule, then we get more and more authority. Now, the reason that's important is because Jesus is the king. He's the top of the authority, right? And the closer you are to that authority, the closer you are to Jesus. In other words, the more you are flowing in the authority Jesus gives you, the more faithful you are as a steward in what he has put you over, the better you are at following his leadership and authority, the closer you are to him in this kingdom to come. What do you think? A ruler over 10 cities needs to be closer to a king than the ruler over no city at all. This servant that didn't do anything with what he was given, that which he had was taken away from him and it was given to the other. It didn't stop him from being a servant. He didn't get kicked out of the kingdom, but he's like way over here, and the king is way over here.